Ho, 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 takers. Welcome back to the channel. Before we get into the video, I want to wish all of you Black Templars and other subscribers a Merry Christmas. Thank you for watching, and let's get into the video.
Okay, guys, well, welcome back to the channel. Of course, this is your Sunday Best, episode 26. We're calling this one the Russian Invasion because we have three, count it, three aces for you, all in Russian tanks. So anyways, we're going to talk about these tanks and the great players who got these aces for you. The first ace is going to be by none other than Purge himself. The second one will be by Denny Pritchard, and the last one will be by Climber. Okay, well, our first ace by Purge, like I said, Purge One Day, is in the ISU 130, a premium TD. And we're going to go into this game, and Purge is going to play the ultimate camper game. Watch where he's parking. He backed up and spawned. Now, even if his tank was out of gas, he'd be fine because he never fucking moves. Anyways, he has a great game by not moving and parking and setting himself up. And we're going to watch that game, watch this game as I talk about the tank. So this tank was called, the project was called the the Object 250. It ends up being called the ISU 130. In 1944, the Russians, knowing that they were having a hard time penning the bigger, stronger, heavier armored German tanks like the Tiger II, the Elephant, and the Jag Tiger, started designing a bunch of different guns that they would try on the ISU 152 chassis. And because the ISU 152 wasn't accurate and they wanted a bigger gun that was more capable of doing some damage and penning these tanks, so they designed a bunch of different guns. They came up with a bunch of different tank designs, and we're using different tank designs. And they all tried them on the hull of the ISU 152 because this hull was already in production and it was easier to fit a new gun onto these hulls and test them out. So anyways, that's why we have all these different variants. All these different variants all were put into action and tested, and some of the guns went on to be used in other tanks like the IS-3, the IS-5, stuff like that, because the BL-9 was a gun that came out of this project. None of these tanks, at least of the ISU 130, never went into production. It was only a prototype, but it was made, it was used. There was 5 different prototypes made with these special guns, and some of them we definitely already have in the game. But that's for another video when somebody aces it. Anyways, getting back into Purge's game. So we see he is already set up here. He's already put out 1,000 damage. He is, despite the fact he's in a corner with no cover, it's like he's invisible. He is doing a great job here, being parked, watching what's going on, and just taking shots when his gun reloads. And here he puts a great shot into the Malshin, or the one object, or the VK168, and he doesn't get the kill, but he gets some more good damage to it. He's being very alert here. He's watching for anybody that comes into his view. He fortunately has an enemy team that wants to work with him. His team pretty much stays put, doesn't do a lot of running around the map, which means the other team pushes right at them, which obviously works right into Purge's plan, and it keeps them coming at Purge in this general direction. And despite the fact that really nobody pays attention to it, I'm not even sure he ever gets spotted, he's able to continuously put damage out, and here he gets his first kill. So he's watching. There's 2 tanks left on the other team. He's looking for a kill, looking for a tank, and he's just waiting for somebody to get spotted up so he can put some more damage out. and he's just doing a really good job of supporting his team, and that's exactly what you need to do. He's looking for a target. He sees that guy coming across through the city, and boom, there's a kill on the move. Really nice shot there of the KPZ-70. Excellent shot there, Purge. We're looking at the points here. This looks looking like his team's going to win on points. He's waiting on a reload. He's got a waffle out there. He's looking for, trying to get a shot on. The waffle is the only tank left in the game. I'm going to tell you right now, nothing's going to happen. Purge is going to get the shot. Is not going to get a shot on this tank. They're going to win on points. This is just, but it's a good game of Purge, maintaining a position, watching, and he never takes any serious competition. He gets hit once or twice, whatever, but he pulls out a really good win, which turns into a really good ace. And we see that he puts up 3,650 damage in the game. He makes 262,000 credits with 2 kills. Over 1,100 base experience points there. All around a really, really good ace out of Purge. He sees most of the other team, gets shots on most of them. He does a great job. And here is actually a picture of the Object 130 or the ISU 130 at the Minsk Tank Museum. Our next video is from Denny Pritchard, also on a Russian tank. Today he's driving the IS-7, and he was in a platoon with Purge when he aced this. I think we were doing count-ins the other night on Tuesday night when he did this. Talking about the IS-7, I've already really talked about this tank, so I'm just going to briefly touch on it. This was a project that followed the IS-5 and IS-6. Those both failed projects. They were trying to come up with their next generation heavy tank. We know that the IS-7 actually did go into production, and they made like 15 or 20 models or something like that, but never seriously went into production. Really strong tank, a design that was ahead of its time, and it didn't fit in the Russian tank design program at that point, which the Russians were into not high tech. They were into easy tech, easy low tech, cheap, easy to make and maintain, and that's why this tank never really went anywhere, because it was, although it was probably one of the finest pieces of machinery at the time that was ever designed by the Russians, it just didn't go in design because it was too complicated to make and didn't fit with what they wanted. So anyways, Denny and Purge are here on Fort Despair. Denny is doing a good job of watching that Death Star out there. He's put a couple shots into him. He's on a reload. Looks like he's going to try and get that. He get one more shot in, he can get that kill. And boom, killed it. Killed it dead. Anyways, nice shot there. He's got waiting a shell reloaded, and he gets his second kill on. Looks like an AMX 50B to me. And here he's watching again. He's put himself in a great position to keep getting shots and getting kills. He's doing a good job of dominating this map and playing a good solid position and making himself very productive. We see Purge is out there in front taking some hits, putting some damage out, keeping ahead of Denny to keep the game moving forward. I think Purge is also in an IS-7. Denny misfires there, but he's coming up on the 60 TP. And the 60 TP is going to have no choice but to turn and face me in a minute. Denny puts a nice, good shot into him, knocks that 60 TP down, and here we got a Battle of the Titans. 60 TP against the IS-7. Two really good, solid, big, super heavy tanks.
They got the commander. We can't see what's going on.
He takes a hit off the 60 TP, but he puts a shot in return. 60 TP is basically, he's not able to pen anything, just looking. He bounces another shot off of Denny, and Denny puts in the kill shot for his third kill of the game. He sees this, looks like that Vickers coming at him, and a Vickers light. And Purge at this point is dead, and it's just one-on-one Denny versus this Vickers, and you got to give it to Denny. He's got the gun, he's got the hit points, and despite the fact that Vickers is doing a good job of moving around, it's only going to take one real good shot at a Denny to finish this guy off. Puts another bounce out there. Already over 2,600 damage points bounced. And there Denny gets a great kill shot into the Vickers as he's trying to get away. So Denny puts out 5,228 damage. He makes 183,000 credits. He puts out a lot of experience points. I didn't see that in time. And Denny sees every tank in the game. He pulls out 4 kills. And here's a picture of the IS-7, also at the Tank Museum in Minsk. Our last battle here is from Climber 123. And yes, Climber's in the T-62A. He is here on New Bay. He's running the medium route, and he's using the excellent speed of this tank to get up there and get himself into position. Before I talk about the T-62A, I want to point one thing out here. He's up on the bridge, and you're going to watch him turn around real quick, and Climber and I were actually laughing about this last night. He's looking, he's putting out shots. He's going to back up. Where's the rest of my team at? I got somebody next to me, but where's everybody else at? And it's coming up here in a second. I don't think I missed it. He's doing a good job putting shots out there. Really nice quick reload on this tank. He looks, and he looked behind him real quick. And when he did that and I was watching the video, I laughed because his whole team is way the hell behind him, not in position to help him. They're like damn near at spawn. Anyways, let's talk about the T-62A real quick. Actually, a lot of information to cover. This is a real tank, actually in production. In fact, between 3 different countries producing it, besides Russia, 22,700 built, mostly for export. This was a tank designed to replace the T-55 and the T-54 tank designs. The Germans or the Russians were worried about the American M47 Patton and the Centurion lines from the British, the Allied tanks. And so they designed a shell, the first ever heat shell, but it couldn't be fired from the rifled guns of the T-54 to T-55. So they needed to design a smoothbore gun that could fire the shell and could operate it. And they tried to come up with this gun and fit it to the T-55. It just wasn't going to work. So they ended up actually coming up with a design of an all-new tank design to fit this gun on, and that turns out to be the T-62A. Despite the fact that 22,000 of these things were made to replace the T-54 and T-55 tanks that were in use, and use this heat shell that would help even the odds against the American and British. The tank was extremely unreliable. It was lots of problems with the tank. It was slow. It had a cramped crew quarters in the turret. The gun was very inaccurate because of not having a rifle barrel, because of the smoothbore. Like I said, cramped crew area. One of the other things that Wargaming has wrong is, remember, everybody was like so excited when they gave this gun 6 degrees of gun depression. It was, oh wow, the T62A getting 6 degrees of gun depression. Actually, even the 5 degrees it had before that was wrong. It only ever had 4 degrees of gun depression, and that's because of the low slung design that the Russians preferred with these medium tanks. Interesting fact is, as this game is just about over, the T-62A was actually used by Iraq in the first Gulf War in 1991, and it was the tank that the Americans and the British and the coalition all fought and whooped their ass. So even in 1991, that tank was still being used. Anyways, we get a great mastery at a Purge. 5,900 damage. Amazing. At a climber, sorry, not Purge, damn it. Great damage game at a climber. He puts a lot of damage out. He does a lot of damage to everybody in the game. And just pulls out a hell of an ace. Sorry for the mistake, guys. I'm tired. It's late. I've been working on this for about 2 hours. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.